Hi, my name is Ashley. This is Life Beyond Locks, and today I'm going to do something that I've never looked at before. I'm going to look at a Hatfall wig from a budget company, and I'm kind of excited about it because I initially turned down this company probably a year and a half ago. And I also turned down an opportunity to try this type of piece from them a couple of months ago, and since changed my mind because you asked to see budget Hatfalls. And it was in realizing that I'm being asked to provide a look at something and I'm saying, no, that's not doing you a service. If you want to see something in this page, on my pages, in my channels, then I need to deliver. And so it was after some requests about budget Hatfalls that I reached out to WigShe and they got this in my hand. So I'm really excited. And part of my excitement comes from the fact that I was skeptical of WigShe when they first reached out to me. I just didn't want to work with an overseas vendor initially. And then I changed my mind. And I'm glad I did because they're really good. They're communicative, but my favorite thing about their lace is that I love their lace. I love their caps. I find them to be very comfortable, and I love the hair quality. I have 3 pieces from them. All of them dry really well. All of them take a curl beautifully, and all 3 of them have fantastic lace that is identical and comfortable caps. So after those experiences, and if you've been around here, you know I have had some feedback for them about coloring. I thought, okay, let's try the Hatfall because I've been getting the request. Summer's around the corner and a Hatfall is such a good thing to have in your rotation, especially if you like to go to outdoor events like sporting events and you want to wear a ball cap. Like, this is just so easy. And I do own some more high-end luxury Hatfall wigs, but I really thought it was important to look at a budget one because some of us are on a budget. I understand exactly what that is about, but also because if you did recently purchase the WigShe lace that I featured, which was the number 2 base, we're going to look at the same color Hatfall, and that way you have another piece to work into your rotation. It won't damage the lace, but you can have the identical look that you've been wearing all week with your lace top. So without further ado, we're going to look at this fresh out of the box, and then as always, I'm going to wash it and style it and show you how it looks after it's been washed, because that's what really matters. Things can look great out of the box, but what happens after you wash them? And the good news is with WigShe, I almost always like it better after I wash it than I do out of the box, just because the hair tends to have a little bit more volume and it responds better to curling. So let's get into it. So they've got new packaging, which is beautiful. It feels really elevated, really elegant. The box is super durable. And then they've got, as always, their typical silk bag. Now, what I love about their silk bags is that they're extra large. So I've been known to put 2 of my pieces in a single bag when I go out of town. So I actually love their silk bag. So what I've ordered is a number 2 base without the highlights. I didn't love the highlights so much on my lace wig that was number 2 base with number 4 highlights. So I asked for it to be just plain, simple number 2 root. And so if you were to order a lace piece, you can also order a Hatfall to match it. It's an 18-inch and 120% density, so you'll see what that looks like on me in just a second. And yeah, that's basically all you need to know about the specs. So it's a number 2, 18 inches, 120% density. It has a really nice, comfortable, almost, I don't know what it is. Is it polyester? I don't know my materials. It's a stretchy, very soft fabric at the top. And if you aren't familiar, by the way, with Hatfalls, I talk about them a lot because I wear them a lot. They're my weekend go-to. I love Hatfall wigs. But the whole point of them is, number 1, you have less hair on the top, so it won't create sort of that lift if you're wearing a ball cap, a toque, a sun hat. Because it's flat here, we don't have the hair. It also saves you money because you don't need as much hair in the making of the wig. And wait till you see the price point on this, by the way. Oh my gosh, wait till you see the price point. So a lower price point because we're not dealing with the lace at the top, which is usually hand tied. It's all machine sewn here. So it makes it less expensive in terms of hair, in terms of labor, all those things, but also ultra comfortable. There are no clips, there's no snaps, there's nothing to be bothersome in this cap construction. So the inside is all closed wefts with this really soft plush material. I was really surprised when I opened it up. My husband was like, how is it? And I said, oh my gosh, wait till you see the cap construction, which he was super interested to see. So you've got these closed wefts that are just really plush, nicely lined. I love it. Silicone strip in the front, but no adjusters. So I'm a true small at 21.25 inches. This is a small and it is a little bit too big for me. I can make it work because it's under a hat, and that is the beauty of a Hatfall. But if you are a medium, I would probably be sizing down. And if you are a large, I would probably be sizing down to a medium, just because I felt like there was a lot of extra room in here, a lot more than I needed. But in any case, it does look like nice cap construction, and I'm going to throw it on for you to see. All right, so I've got it on. You get a sense of the size when I bring down the wig over my ear. So that's pretty typical for me, but as I said, you might want to size down. You know, if you're small, go extra small. If you're medium, go for a small. The tension though, maybe you won't want to, because the tension actually is quite tight and there are no adjusters, as I said. So I actually find it pretty snug. It's just that there's a bit of extra space. Not a big deal though. So you know what, on that note, maybe you don't want to size down depending on what your circumference is, because there is a lot of stretch still, but I do find it fits really snugly. It cinches in pretty well. So I'm going to show you how it looks with the cap, and then I'm going to go away, wash it, and show you how it looks after being washed. And then I'll show you how it looks after being styled. So here we go. I've got it with my favorite hat, and it's a good amount of density. It's enough for you to do a nice side ponytail or a side braid. And this comes in well under $500 American, which is amazing using my coupon code. It is a commission code, but as I already have said before, I won't promote things that I don't like. I'll send them back before I do that. But with the commission code, I think it's just over $400, which is remarkable, really, when you think about the fact that you get all of this for $400. It's definitely wearable. So I'm going to go away, I'm going to wash it, and I'll show you my thoughts after washing. I'm sure they're going to be great. Coming at you from a different location. Okay, this is the result of after 2 washes. So I washed it twice. The first time, you know, got out all of the extra hair dye, which is totally normal, by the way, just like with biological hair. If you dye it, you know, you're going to lose some dye that first wash. And then the second time, there was absolutely no dye coming out of it, and there was no shedding from either wash, which is really great. So it washed really well. It air dries with a nice loose wave, and now I'm going to style it, but I did want to show you what it looks like without doing anything. So, you know, this is the thing, is I'm going to style it up with some beautiful curls, but the reality is a hat wig, though it can be really nice when it's done up, sometimes you're just going to want to have one that looks air dried because it's more of a casual look, right? And your biological hair, if you're wearing a hat, it's probably because, you know, you're having a hat day, you know, hat hair kind of situation. So it is really nice to just leave it sort of air dried. You can braid it, put it in a low bun, something like that. But I'll show you how she curls, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. So I'll be back once that's done. Okay, so I'm just about to do my curling, and just one little tip for you when you go to do a Hatfall wave, and either flat ironing it or curling it, they always have these wefts. Now, I will say the wefts are really close together on this piece, which is kind of nice because you don't have huge gaps, but I just divided right along one of the wefts, pulled the hair up, and I'm going to do it in 2 sections. So everything from this halfway mark, I'm going to go away from the face, curling the hair away, and then the opposite way here till the halfway. And then I'm going to let down these upper wefts and do it all again. So you're going to end up with curls that are, you know, sort of that away from the face, beachy kind of look. So I'll just show you quickly how I'm going to do it. The ends are relatively straight, so I'm going to leave them exposed and just curl up to the weft, leaving a little bit exposed like that. And I'm going to let these cool before I release the wave. So I'm not going to brush it or anything like that until there's been enough time for them to cool down and really, you know, take the form and hold it. All right, so here is the finished product. These curls, I told you they were going to be beautiful. It was actually a little bit challenging to curl because the hair is so soft. It actually reminds me of my bio hair, which is obviously like a European texture, in that the hair was just sliding through my curling wand, but it took a curl absolutely beautifully. So there's the finished product. Now I'm going to let these cool down because I don't want to ruin them. And once they've cooled, I'll brush them through. All right, it's time to put it on. The curls, I didn't let them cool as long as I planned. It's only been a couple of minutes, but whatever. I'm really excited to put this on and show you what she looks like. I cannot even believe, I don't know if I've said it yet, but with my discount code, you're looking at just over $400 for this piece. It's mind-boggling. Look at that hair. Isn't it amazing? I mean, I'm laughing because I'm almost speechless. I can't believe, first of all, that I even turned it down. Like, I thought this was going to be, initially when they, you know, offered to have me look at one some time ago, I thought it was going to be like a subpar product. And it's just not. It's just really good. Look at the shine. Look at the curl. Look at how it's holding the curl. This is so good, so beautiful, so much length. I mean, you can get this in a variety of lengths. You can go 12, 14, 16, 18. So I have the 18. But you have a lot of flexibility in terms of the color choices, in terms of the length. And with the shorter lengths, by the way, if you don't like this length, I like it because it means I can kind of put it into a side braid or a side bun. But if you wanted to go shorter, the price is even less. So if you're just like, you know what, I need a piece for this summer. I need something that it doesn't matter if I get sun exposure on it and it fades out. It doesn't matter if it gets wet beside the pool or whatever it is. I just need something to wear to my kid's soccer game or just to wear to fill in the blank to play sports. If you go shorter, you can get it for an even lower price. So there we go. That's the finished product. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do one last thing though before I wrap up this video, and that's show you the color comparison with my lace wig. So I'm going to pull that out and show you. Okay, so bear in mind when I hold them up, they are going to look a little bit different. Also, I cut curtain bangs into this. That's a whole other story I maybe shouldn't have done. So bear in mind that this piece here does have some highlighting through it. And so the color is going to look slightly different. So you can see that there's highlights worked in. And otherwise it would be an exact match, but it isn't just because I do have that highlighting throughout. However, I think I could wear these interchangeably and nobody would even really notice that it's a different color because the base color is the same. They're both the level 2, and it's just that this one has the highlighting. So if you are looking at WigShe for your regular lace wig, you can ask them to make you a Hatfall at the same time in the same color, or if you've already secured yourself a lace piece, which I know many of you have in this base color, then you can just ask them to create a Hatfall for you. Now you have to give them a few weeks. It does take some time, but fortunately their Hatfalls take less time to construct than the lace, obviously, because there's none of this hand-stitched portion that's in the lace. So the turnaround time for me, I think it was about 3 weeks or so, maybe a little bit less. So you can get that order in now and have it in time for summer and even, you know, the late spring. So if you have any questions, please let me know, drop them below. I will also put my coupon code below, as well as the link to this identical piece so that you can see where to purchase it. Truly, honestly, this is one that I've sent a couple of wigs back this week, not from WigShe, from other companies, and this is one that I can't recommend enough. A Hatfall is an absolute workhorse in your rotation, or at least it is for me, particularly in the summer, but even in the winter I wear it with toques and things like that. So yeah, I absolutely think everybody should have a Hatfall in their rotation. It's just so nice and so easy to wear and very comfortable. with no clips, no combs, no lace. So yeah, amazing work, WigShe. Thank you so much for being here. This all came because you requested it. I had 2 different requests in a single week for a budget hat fall. And so that's what prompted this entire video. So if you have something that you want me to cover, if you have something that you'd like me to see, I can't always promise that I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I will absolutely do my best to film the videos that you want and film content that you want to see. And if I don't have it, I might know someone who does, and then I can direct you to them for questions. So never be shy. Please leave your comments below, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.